All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. It's Sir Adrian here to film the German Empire's turn in our current game of Global War 1914, titled Operation Caporetto, where we are currently in the spring of 1916. So we will get a free troop, and we can place this turn, the trench fighter, and we forgot to do this. We, as in myself and Krabs, forgot to do this, but Portugal aligned this turn. Excuse me. So I went ahead and uh, updated that with Krabs off camera. So the British have a TBD here, and they went up 2 IPP, one for Portugal itself, and then one for Portuguese East Africa. So that's all been updated on the chart. And then we also had to pay for fighters because now we're at 1916 fighters. Britain already had 1916 fighters, so they didn't have to pay anything. So it's just myself, the Austro-Hungarians, the Ottomans, and the French. So anyone else who had fighters, but we all did decide to pay for that. That's all done and taken care of. So let's get to the turn. Excuse me. Sheesh. So we have 30 IPPs to spend as the Germans. We will spend them all. We'll spend 3 repairing the damage on a major factory. We'll buy 1, 2, 3, 4 militia. And we'll actually move trench fighter over before we forget about him. And I want you to check the cost of those actually. I think the trench fighters are ah hmm. Actually 2. You know what? I think we'll switch out one of the militia for we won't grab that one because it's a special one, but another, well, special name, but just another trench fighter. So yeah, we'll do that instead. So we'll buy 2 trench fighters or 1 trench fighter plus the free one, so for 2 IPP. 3 militia. We'll buy an infantry, 2 artillery. We'll lend lease the Ottomans a colonial infantry, the Austrians a militia, the Italians a militia. And then we'll send China 2 supplies to be able to upgrade to the Zhili clique to be able to upgrade one of their militia they have to a regular infantry unit. So that's that. And we're not doing diplomacy because we did not do our mandatory offensive the last turn, so we can conduct diplomacy for this turn. Which is a bit of a shame because we had this freebie, so that essentially doesn't carry over, so that basically gets lost, I think is how it works. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, otherwise, yeah, attacks. We have a couple. Well, actually, we do get to still roll for our factories. So we got 2 rolls still, because that one's not damaged enough to prevent the roll. So we will go for, I think, poison gas and let's do poison gas. Trying to see about armor because on the British turn, so I'll just take the money off at the end of this turn, but this is the turn where the British, French, and Germans have to pay for that. So if I research one more stage, then I'd only have to pay 2. on the British turn this turn. Um, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll go for, or no, I'll go for poison gas and hurricane bombardment. I think those are the, yeah, those are the two we'll try to go for. Okay, so poison gas, that's a hit on a 7. So the Germans are at phosgene gas. And hurricane bombardment on an 11 is a success, so the Germans move to stage 2 for that. So not bad. Yeah, otherwise for attacks, don't think we have anything. Oh, we do have a cruiser raider. Forgot about that one. I think we have. Do we have another one? Actually, I think it got. I think it got I think it got eliminated a while ago. Been so busy lately. Maybe lost track. Unless I. No, I didn't move it up there. Okay, I guess he got destroyed. Anyway, we have the one cruiser raider here. So that one. What are we gonna do with him? We will move him a 3. 1, 2, 3. And he'll attempt to raid the Indian Ocean line. So we'll do that first. So black will be myself as the attacker at a +1. Red will be the defender. Okay, so 6 to 4. So 2 damage against the British on that line. And the British do have Q ships, so they get a defensive roll, and that's at, I believe, a 2. So that's definitely a miss, but yeah, I think with the new rules it got changed to 2. We'll leave these here for now. Don't want too many dice lying around, but might use those again. Otherwise, we will. We have the 2 effective commanders still, because that got damaged after our turn the last round, so they were still effective. I'm just trying to double check. Yeah, so maximum number that begin the battle. Home country. Factories that start undamaged at the end of a nation turn support a commander even if damaged. Okay, so I think these guys, these 2 commanders were effective the last turn, from my understanding of how that works. Even though this got damaged because it was undamaged at the end of the German turn, but now only one of them, because there's one in Berlin, would be effective. I think is how it works for this turn. Unless I'm misunderstanding that, but regardless. Okay, so I think what we'll do instead is we'll have this commander will stay here in Western Germany. He would be, unless I'm mistaking this, ineffective currently, because We again could only have the one that's effective. Okay, so he'll stay there. I will have the one in Berlin using this factory. He'll be the effective one for this turn. But we will have our second fleet along with oh, that one's okay, that one's under construction still. I was gonna say. Yeah, so the second fleet, they will move out along with two fighters and a seaplane, and they will attack the British First Fleet. uh, hmm. Just thinking here. What I'm gonna do. Yeah, we'll do that. Mm, uh, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we will have our units from Western Germany, and then artillery move in to attack Bavaria. And then the 84th Army as well will attack into Bavaria. Okay, so we'll roll out the ship combat first. So we'll bring these guys. And the second fleet, except for these transports, those will just stay here. So all these guys. And the British have their commander. They got that transport. And they have all these guys. So the commander would be paired with a TBD, not attacking or doing anything. Put that to the side. That would be at 0. The transport. You'd have a damaged dreadnought, 3 regular dreadnoughts. I suppose the battle board has to be, they have to be updated too to take into account the commanders and that. But pre-dreads, cruisers, the TBDs, and then the 2 coastal subs. So then the commander boosts everything. So these coastal subs would be at a 3. These would be at a 5. These would be at a 6. These 2 would be at an 8. We'll put these to the side because they'd be at a 9, and this damaged dreadnought would be brought back to its regular value because it would be boosted. Then we have our units. So we have our seaplane. 3. 2 fighters conducting observation. That's what we'll be using them for. 2. And the 4 dreadnoughts at 8. TBDs at a 4. Cruiser at a 6. And then the 4 pre-dreadnoughts at 7. Mm, 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 mm. All right. So firstly, there'd be any first striking units. So he has his 2 coastal subs, both be at a 3. Target select on a 1. Okay, so they both miss, which is good. Then we get to go. So we will have our fighters boost a 2 pre-dreadnoughts to 8, I think is what we'll do. Uh, yeah, we'll do that. Have it boost those to an 8. Okay, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 8. So we got 1, 2, 3 hits so far. We will have 2 pre-dreadnoughts at 1, 2, 3. Here, mark this before we forget. So 3 hits so far. 2 dreadnoughts at 7s. 2 more hits. A cruiser at a 6. Miss. And then 3 TBDs at 4. And 2 more hits. So, yep, that's everything. Oh, and the seaplane, of course, he can only target the coastal subs, so he'll go at a 3. And he gets a hit. Okay, so so 7 hits total. One of them has to be assigned to the coastal sub. So I guess 8 hits total. Then he gets to respond, of course. So he has 3 at 9. Three hits. He's got, keep that to the side. He's got 3 at 8. Three more hits. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 at 7. 3 more hits. So 9 total. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 5. And no hits on those. And that's it. Okay, so he got 9 hits. So I have 8 hits. So again, one of them has to be a coastal sub. And then there's 7 more hits. So I imagine he would probably lose maybe a coastal sub as one of those hits. 1, 2, 3. He would want to keep his dreadnoughts. Actually, I think in this case he would probably. I could be wrong here. Again, maybe I should have asked before doing this battle. Well, I should have probably. I would assume he'd lose the 1 hit on the coastal sub for sure. One of the mandatory hit out of the 8 that has to go to that. Then out of the other 7, he would probably take 1 on the coastal sub, leaving 6 more hits that need to be assigned. He would probably take 3 on the dreadnoughts. Because they would still be at an 8, and he doesn't lose any units that way. And then with the last 3 hits, he would probably lose. He would want to keep the commander assigned, which he would anyways, but he would lose, I imagine, 3 TBDs. That to me would make the most sense. Yeah, and lose this coastal sub. So that's what we'll say he would do. Yeah, then he had 9 hits. So in my case, I would yeah, lose the seaplane. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 TBDs. 5 at the cruiser. 6, 7. These 2 pre-dreadnoughts. 7. Actually, that'd be 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, I would lose. Yeah, I'd lose 2 pre-dreads. And then think I would. Yeah, I would lose these 2 pre-dreads to keep my 2 fighters. And I'll have those boost 2 dreadnoughts to 8. Okay, I think that's what I would do. Then I would press the attack. So I would have 2 dreadnoughts at 8 and 2 at 9. Yeah, which would be boosted by the fighters. Yeah, those will be the green ones, the 2 at 9. Okay, so 4 hits. And he gets to go again. So he has his 2 torpedo boats at 5. So 1 hit is cruisers, 4 of them at 7. So 1, 2 hits. 3 is total, and then 1, 2, the 2 pre-dreadnoughts, and the 4 dreadnoughts at 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 at 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more hits. So 3, what did I say, 7? So 7 hits total on his end. And then I got 4. So he'd probably lose 2 torpedo boats, and then I imagine 2 cruisers, because they're cheaper. And then I have to take 7 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I would take damage on each dreadnought. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, I would lose the 2 fighters, and then one of the dreadnoughts would be gone. And with that, I would end the attack. That would be it for me. I'll retreat. Okay, so he would go back to the sea zone he was in. The second fleet with the damaged dreadnoughts. 2 pre-dreadnoughts. 2 cruisers. Transport. The commander, and then the TBD. So that actually went pretty well for us, I think. And then I would retreat back into the Baltic and just hang out there. And then in the second fleet, I would, of course, have 3 damaged dreadnoughts. But yeah, hopefully the order of losses I took made sense. I mean, I think to me it made sense. He still did enough damage. Because otherwise he would have lost more of these. Like I think he would just have maybe the dreadnoughts left. So I think that makes sense. Anyways, that battle is over. So now for the other big battles. We'll move all these guys. Over to the battle board, minus the commander. And the 84th Army. Except this commander. The fighter will come along, but the commander, he'll stay in Berlin. That extra one that we don't need anyway. Okay, so these guys will come along. And then defending, of course, have the British units. And the French army. Cavalry, that commander I think was with the fighter. These two, those are infantry for sure. Yeah, because he has the ray gun. Okay. All right, so let's see here. We have our artillery. We'll just go ahead and add extra chip to this one. 5-6 artillery. Oh, actually, should check for terrain. Okay, no terrain, nothing like that, no rivers, so that's all good. So we could keep this one chipped out. So these will be at 4. These two are at 6. Armor train is at 3. Gonna have chlorine gas we'll be using. Militia, these guys would all be attacking at 1. Have the commander. So these guys normally would all be at a 2. These guys would normally also all be at a 2. These militia would be down to there. We have 2 guys coming in on the trucks though. We'll have the Jaeger and one of the infantry. So this guy be at a 2 for strike. This Jaeger be at a 3 for strike. Then then the 1916 fighter, that'll be doing observation, and then we have an observation balloon. So that will have it paired with one of the heavy artillery. We'll bring that to a 7. All right, so the commander would boost everybody aside from the artillery. So these militia would be at 2. This guy, his first striking, would be at a 3 with the boost. This one would be at a 4. And then all these infantry units would all be at 3s. And then the fighter, that we'll use to boost, we'll boost the armored train to, actually no, we'll boost another heavy, here, let's just do that. We'll boost another heavy artillery to a 7 with that fighter. And then for the chlorine gas, I'll double check because it's been a while since I used it. This turn will be quite long, so apologies for that. But okay, so poison gas. So chlorine, yeah, so chlorine, +1 bonus to all artillery attacks with the poison gas in the turret employed for 1 round. But it's already been used, so it doesn't eliminate a case. So +1 bonus for all artillery attacks for the first round of combat. So not taking into account the observation and the other boost by the commander, these two should be at 8. This one should be at a 7. This should be at a 5. And these should be at 5. Okay, so that should all be good. Airship doesn't defend. British have their artillery at 4. They don't have a trench line, but they have infantry just at a 4. And then they would have 1 fighter at a 2, which if it gets any hits, have to engage air units. And then, of course, the ineffective commander, but he's paired with that fighter, so that fighter is not doing anything. French should have the cavalry, the artillery, the infantry. Phosgene we can just keep to the side because that doesn't matter for defense. Commander. And these two colonials. Okay, and we'll double check for the railgun. I believe it defends. I think it's at a 7, but I'm not too sure. Paris gun. Defense. Okay, defends at a 6. Yeah, defends at a 6. Okay, so that would be first strike at a 6. But then he does have an effective commander, so it'll bring everything up. So the cavalry defended at 3. These two colonials would defend at a 2. This one will actually copy, so I don't mess that up. That's the British fighter. Yeah, then these would be at a 5. Then these have a trench line, but then of course they get boosted, so 2 is 7. The railgun's not affected. Okay, so now we're good to go for all that complicated setup. So we have 2 heavy artillery at 8 and 1 at 7. First strike. So the 2 at 8 hit. So it's 2 hits so far. Then we have 5, 6, 7 at 5. 5, 6, 7. So, oops, there we go. So 7 at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more hits. So 6 hits total so far. I guess we could track it there. That makes sense. Anyway, 6 hits so far. Then we have the Jaeger first striking at a 4. Another hit. Then we have the regular infantry first striking at a 3. And he gets a hit. Okay, so 8 hits total on first strike. Then he gets the railgun first striking at a 6. Sorry, that would, yeah, that is at a 6. So that's a hit. I thought about the commander for a sec, but forgot he doesn't boost them. So actually, these should be at a 5. Sorry, not at a, or at a 4, not at a 5, because the commander doesn't boost artillery. So 1 hit so far. Then he has 8, 9 regular artillery. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 7, 9. Okay, so 9 at 4. So 1, 2 more hits. That's 3 so far, and then the British get 3 first strike hits as well at 4. 1 hit for them. Okay, so 4 first strike hits from their side. So they have to lose 8 units to start. I imagine they would lose the French cavalry, the 2 colonials. So that's 3. The British would probably take the fighter. That's 4. Zeppelin can't be taken till last. And then I imagine the Brits might want to lose. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for them, but maybe they would lose their fighter just to. So yeah, so the two cavalry, or the cavalry in those, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, we'll just go back very quick. I just lost count there when I was looking back at that. That's a problem with some of these bigger battles, especially with the commander and that. They can get quite complex. Yeah, so I have 8 hits total, so they would probably lose the 2 colonials, the cavalry, the French, the British. That's 3 units. British would lose the 1 fighter. That's 4. They'd probably lose the other fighter. That's 5. And then 6, 7, 8, 3 infantry. I think that makes the most sense. France keeps their units, which kind of matter more. So yeah, that's what I would say. And then they got 4 hits total first strike. So I would just lose. I think I would lose. Yeah, 4 militia. I think that's what we'll do. All right, so then we have our infantry units. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19 at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so 19 at 3. And that's disgusting and terrible. Of course, I get terrible luck. So we have 1. That was a 2. So that was 1 hit. 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, so 5 hits total. Then the militia get to go, of course, as well. And those have are at a 2, so 3 at 2. And nothing. Okay, so 5 hits total. Then he gets to respond. That already fired. That already fired. So, well, here, we'll roll the 1 British infantry at a 4. That's a miss. So, otherwise, it's just his regular infantry. He has 9, 10, 11, 12, so 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. So 13 at 7. And they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits total. Okay, so 8 hits total. So they have to lose 5 more units. He would probably want to keep the fighter. That makes more sense. The British would probably lose this 1. And then he would probably keep his artillery and just lose some infantry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and mm, 5. If he loses that, though, he only has 8. It's not very large. Actually, he would probably. I think he would probably. He might actually want to lose some artillery in this case. Yeah, you know what? I think the British would for sure lose. Here, we'll go. Sorry about that. We'll go back a little bit. Yeah, so he has to take 5 hits total. Yeah, so the British would lose their infantry, so 4 more hits. I think the British would just lose their 3 artillery. In this case, I think that makes the most sense. Um, yeah, and then if I was the French with that last hit, I would just lose 1 infantry. Yeah, that's what I would do. That makes the most sense, I think. Just take the British units. The French are more effective here anyways. So. And then I have to suffer 8 losses. So I would take the 3 militia. Um, I would take a fighter, 3 militia, the fighter, so 4 more. Yeah, and then 4 infantry units. All right, and then that battle is over because there's a trench line still there. So we can't press the attacks. We don't have hurricane bombardment. I got the British commander, got the airship, the French commander, the infantry, and the artillery. Definitely could have gone a lot better. I feel like we could have done a lot more damage, but at the same time, we did considerably weaken him, or their forces there, so that's pretty good, I suppose. And then we retreat. That's consumed. Ah, shit. Damn it. That's my own fault. I'm not gonna change this now, but these units were boosted with that. Oh, damn it. Shit. I forgot that on attack, these units could have been boosted as well. Fuck. Because I have one, two, three, four, I have six artillery. So six out of those 18 could have been boosted to a four on that first round. Okay, leave it up to you guys how to resolve it. It still wouldn't have mattered, like even if those four got hits, like the trench line, he has enough that it's not gonna break. But that could change the losses if I got four more hits. Like I got those five hits with them, but I don't know. I mean, the rest would have missed, but I didn't know they had a four, so I don't know if it matters anyway. We'll see if we need to do anything for that. That's my bad. It's hard when there's so many different things to remember. Anyway, so then for retreat, we'll retreat 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Heavy artillery. Retreat the train there. And then the effective commander and the rest of the forces, they'll retreat into Berlin. Yeah, I have to remember that, but we'll see if that changes anything. Like, it might slightly change that, but I'll leave it up to you guys. See what you think. Anyway, otherwise, that's it for the Germans in terms of attacks. There's, yeah, no other attacks. Non-combat. We'll walk colonial infantry from Uganda into East Africa. Yeah, that's good there. This militia from Eastern Germany will walk over into Western Germany. And then place units. So repair the damage on the factory. One of the Gili militia be upgraded to an infantry unit. And replace the rest of these guys. Ottoman colonial unit will deliver that by land down yeah, we'll deliver it down to Thrace. The Italian militia that will send through Bohemia, through Vienna, through Austria into northern, yeah, into northern Italy. Actually, no, we'll send it down to Bosnia, and then we'll leave that port, and then we'll send it into Rome, drop it off there. The Austrian militia, that will just send to Bohemia. Kind of have to. And then our units. We'll build our 2 artillery units in Berlin. Build our 3 militia in Berlin. We'll build our 2 trench fighters in Western Germany. And this last infantry unit, that one will build down in German East Africa. All right, otherwise that is it for the Germans. So we completed our mandatory offensive for 1916. So we can move it ahead. So technically we don't have to do one again till the fall winter 1917. So that's perfect for us. We don't have to worry about it. And otherwise we collect 30 base IPP plus the 2 in trade with Chile and Norway. Actually, might not collect diplomacy prohibited. Okay, never mind. We can. Yeah, so 30 plus 2 for those, that's 32. Plus 2 for the Netherlands, still being neutral, it's 34. Sweden and Norway are neutral. Plus 1 for that is 35. And we can't trace a railroad pass, so 35 IPP for the next turn. So apologies for the length of this video. I wanted to make sure I got most of that right, and there may be slight errors still we have to correct, but otherwise we are good to hand things on over to the British.